Hello and welcome back to another Bad Movie Reviews review, hosted by your two favourite Saturday night specialists from Down Under, Ben and Daniel. Even though it is a Thursday night and we saw this film early, it is none other than the film titled Saturday Night, which, if you're not familiar, it is essentially based on the show that is widely known, widely loved, started in 1975 and still going today in 2024, and that is Saturday Night Live. But the film itself is basically set over a 90-minute period from the lead up of 90 minutes before their first ever live run.
Yeah.
It is directed by Jason Reitman, who has done Juno. He did the most recent Ghostbusters Afterlife film, not the most recent one, sorry, the one before it. But to talk about the cast, man, it's got a stacked cast as well. You've got Gabrielle LaBelle from The Fabelmans fame. He played the main character in The Fabelmans. Yep. You've got Dylan O'Brien from Maze Runner. You've got Rachel Sennett from Bodies, and Bottoms last year. You've also got Lamorne Morris from New Girl. You've got Nicholas Braun from Succession fame. You've got Cooper Hoffman, son of Philip Seymour Hoffman.
What a lineup.
In it. You've got Andrew Feldman as well from No Hard Feelings and Broadway fame. But it is a seriously stacked cast.
Definitely.
And I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I feel like it's probably fair to say that while we've both probably seen a lot of, I know I've seen a lot of skits. I know you said you've seen a few here and there, but we probably aren't too familiar with how the show came about, at all for that matter. And it is quite hard to obviously watch it in general because it goes live every Saturday night at 11:30 or whatever time it is in New York City, which is not when it doesn't really get
6 a.m. over here.
Get shown here, to be honest. But you can obviously catch your skits on YouTube and things like that. But I don't know how you felt about the movie. I don't know what I was expecting. I knew some early bird talk had been quite positive. I think it premiered at the New York Film Festival or Tallaroot or one of them, which if it were premiered at New York Film Festival, it's very on brand. But I had a great time with this. I don't know if you did, but I don't even know if you want to go first and talk about your opinions. I've got some things I want to touch on, I guess, but I don't know if you've got. What do you want me to go?
I don't know how I feel, which probably doesn't help. I should say.
Okay, well I'll go then.
I mean, I could spitball off some things. I don't think I know enough about or have watched enough SNL, which I think kind of gives you a little bit of extra love or appreciation. I think based on all that history, watch some of their skits, but quite unfamiliar with it as a whole. Outside of the occasion, like Jordan Peele kind of skit here or there. Always enjoy
your
him.
Ryan Gosling Papyrus Avatar skit, or your Timothy Chalamet.
Timothy Chalamet and Pete Davidson. That's a terrible one.
Sign me up. It's fantastic.
I don't know. It kind of left me wanting more, but I think that's kind of what made it work good.
I felt like it did everything it needed to do perfectly. Personally, I loved the way it ended because it's like once that went live, the rest is history kind of thing. And I think it is somewhat of an inspiring story about a group of people in their young 20s that are aspiring to be someone that are aspiring to be comedians. Lorne Michaels in these 20s. There's even a bit in the film where they talk about his upbringing, and it's like he was dealt some shit, obviously, and I think it is somewhat of an inspiring story. And I also think and they even talk about it in the film, like this is something that should not work at all. It is almost doomed to fail. When you really think about it, it is the only thing. And there's been shows that have inspired it for sure. Like you think of even 100%. Australian TV. You think of like Thank God You're Here. You think of like Whose Line Is It Anyway? Like these like sketch, improvisational comedies. Like this is the first, and it's impeccable that it succeeded. And I think it is somewhat inspiring, but I think the way they made the film, I think Jason Reitman's direction is really fantastic. He used a lot of like one shots and like everything in the scene was almost chaotic to kind of emulate and evoke that feeling of what they probably were feeling at the time. Like it was actually like, I was very anxious watching the film. Funnily enough, we saw Smile 2 previously last night. Like, I actually felt more anxious watching this because the way the film was directed and all the sound and the talking of everyone, like, it just evoked an uncomfortable feeling. Like, I actually felt the pressure of the show and felt the pressure of what, like,
Overwhelmed.
it was overwhelming. And I think it was perfect. Like, not saying it in a bad way. I think that was exactly what these people would have been feeling at the time when you're doomed to fail. Everything's going wrong. You've got 90 minutes till you go live. I don't think it's the best film of the year. Like, I think it is funny at times. I think it's got some great comedy in there. I think all the performances are really good. Like, special shout out to Philip Seymour Cooper Hoffman, who plays Dick Ebersol, and Gabrielle LaBelle as Lorne Michaels. I think they're probably the shining lights, and they were genuinely fantastic. Which kind of just makes me feel like shit because these are people that are my age, even younger, that are doing incredible things while I'm sitting here telling you about the incredible things they're doing. So,
We're a lot older than 20.
Well, yeah, breaching 30 nearly. Well, it's a while away, hopefully. But no, I really had a good time with this, and I'm in the same boat as you. Like, I have seen skits here and there. And similar to like Simpsons, a lot of people have talked about its decline over the years in terms of quality, but you still, like, every week they still get, Ariana Grande was the main person this week, and that's went viral because she's doing Wicked promo and stuff, and like it's still going strong. And I think it's really kind of an incredible story and an inspiring story that
It's a bit nuts, isn't it?
it is mental, and I think that's probably why I loved it so much, because I do love like a good underdog story. I do love a good inspiring story, especially when people are doomed to fail, people are betting to fail. And with the stacked cast it is, I thought everyone delivered here. And I thought if you're a big fan of Saturday Night Live, you'll probably love it. But even then, I feel like people who don't love it will just enjoy it because it's a well acted, it's got its laughs, it's got an inspiring like underdog story that like I feel like anyone can watch and enjoy. Obviously, if you've got that connection to Saturday Night Live and you're more interested in it, you'll probably, I guess, enjoy it more, which is inevitable. But I feel like that'll happen with any like true story, right? Like if you're watching a film about, Roger Federer, if you're a big Roger Federer fan, you're gonna love it. Whereas if you're like tennis or you're not really, you might. It's just one of those things that I think you'll get more out of it. But
the story for me seemed. I don't mean this with any negative tone or connotation at all, but the story for me seemed so unrealistic because how the hell did all that friggin' happen in 90 minutes before it started? I would have gone into an absolute panic attack if everything that went on.
Yeah, and that's the thing. We don't like. I actually don't know, and it's probably poor from me to not do research in this sense. But like, I'm sure some of it's Hollywoodized and fictitious. I'm sure certain aspects, but I'll take it with a grain of like certain aspects. But I know I know a few of the things that 100% did happen, and I know it was like mayhem until they went, and that's like the idea. It was like against all odds. And it was rumored that people were going to make a documentary about it because it's such a baffling story. And they said, no, we want to actually bring it to life to a movie to like really show what happened and what they went through in that time.
Man, the cast list would have been massive. Like, I mean, including all the extras, those sets were stocked. They were stocked and stacked.
Like the movie or the Saturday Night Live?
Saturday Night is in... Obviously, the movie we just watched. I'm just saying, like all those scenes, all those sets, all the I guess the movie itself. I couldn't believe how many people were in each scene, which goes towards that like overwhelming like volume of it. The cast list must have been massive.
It wasn't really directed very conventional.
No.
The most conventional directed scenes were almost when they were showing the TV show. It was very much like, and it started like that. The music was very chaotic, and it made my heart like it was almost how they talk about there's the sound that makes you shit like
brown noise.
The sounds in this film made me anxious. I'm sure it's a thing. It raised my heart rate, and from the get go, it started like that. And I think that's a testament to like how well it is made as well, because like it's paced so well, and it feels like it's rushing through, but it tells the story very effectively.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they told it in a different way, it would have been as effective as it is, because like as I said, like, and even you said, like, you feel stressed watching it.
Mm.
And like, I just think I got to give props. Like, whether would I enjoy it if it went into like a bit more dramatization of like, you had the one-on-one character chats, which like the chat between the producer and the other guy on the stairs was really hard hitting, like, and really, like, and I thought, would I enjoy it if that, but then I feel like it's not really conveying what it was like, I guess. So I thought they did that brilliantly. And as I said, I take my comments with a grain of salt because I actually don't know if any of it was true. If it's not, like, fantastic. If it's not true, even then it's more baffling that they made it, in my opinion, because they've made something so anxiety driven and like really well done. So I feel like they probably would have had to have something to go off. And obviously all these people, like Chevy Chase is still around, and I think anyway.
I mean, all the names sounded familiar. There was a couple there that stuck
Dan
out to me.
Aykroyd, Chevy Chase, like, they're all very big names, Forgot the Billy Idol. Was it Billy Idol? I can't remember.
God, I can't
Guy
remember.
who plays, he voices Mike Wazowski. Billy Crystal. Billy Crystal.
Mike
Is it Billy
Wazowski.
Crystal? Yeah, he voices Mike Wazowski in the Monsters Inc. film. Big actor.
The
but
guy that played J.J. Johannesson. No.
the Western Bulldogs footballer that not many people know. But do you mean J. Jonah Jameson?
That's it.
Um,
We share a
J.K.
birthday.
Simmons. Yeah. J.K. Simmons. Oh, no, like, even then, like, I went through the cast. You had J.K. Simmons. You had Rob from Everybody Loves Raymond. I forgot his last name. Pop in there. You had Willem Dafoe. It was a seriously stacked cast.
Yeah, it was good.
And I just thought everyone was really good in the film. And as I said, like, I think everyone will enjoy it. I think if you're a fan of the Saturday Night Live show as well and a fan of the concept, you'll probably have a really good time with it. It's still baffling today to me that this show succeeded, this show exists, and it's like nearly 40. Well,
Probably
no,
one
nearly
of the longest running
it'd
TV
be up
shows
there.
of all time.
It'd be up there, but like 40 plus years that it's been running, and it's still extremely popular.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's a testament to what was created. But I had a really good time with this film. I had a lot of laughs. There were a lot of laughs in the cinema. Not to put words in other people's mouths, it felt like everyone was enjoying it, watching it, which is, I think, what counts. And these are the kind of films as well. There are laughs in there where you kind of want to watch it with a packed theater.
Yeah.
You kind of
I
want.
think so. It kind of brings to the atmosphere of it.
Yeah, if you're watching it alone, you kind of probably like, you laugh, but like, when other people laugh, you laugh, right? I guess, but no, I enjoyed it. It sounds like you probably didn't know
I'm mixed, but I enjoyed it.
you wanted more, but I feel like if they give you more, it would have went a lot longer, and then it probably would have taken away from the whole anxiety aspect of it. Because if it continued after it ended,
I just wanted another Saturday Night Live. Straight up. I was ready
yeah,
for it.
I agree with you. Like, when it ended, I was ready for them to show
Something.
the show, like show what the first episode was like. I was ready for it, and then I was like, yeah, but then if it did, like, it'd just show it succeeded, and it's like, oh yeah, Whereas I'm like, it was all the
Would
anxiety,
have
and
been
then it
nuts
just ended.
back in the day.
Oh
Turn
yeah,
on your TV, seeing this that you've never seen before. God, that would have been cool.
yeah, it would have. But no, I highly recommend it. I think it's a really, really good film. And there's a few good films out at the moment, but I don't know when it releases. I think it was the 28th next week or 20 something for Australia. But it'll be interesting to see how it goes, because it is still Saturday Night Live, while as big as it is. I don't know how big it is in Australia or many other countries. It's obviously a very American thing. So
Yep.
It'll be interesting to see how it goes. But if you're watching this, you're from Australia or anything, and you like a good comedy, you like a well-acted movie, drama, you want to feel like you're going to bite your nails off, go see this. But no, I highly recommend. It is a very, very good film. But once you have seen it, come back to this review, or if you already have, comment below. Let us know what you think. Give the video a like, because it does mean a lot, and subscribe for more of our reviews. We'll see you next time.
Thanks, guys.